So, came back for lesson 2. Welcome, and I'm glad you did. This one's going to be very brief. However, it is, as all rudimentary lessons, it is absolutely crucial. It's going to be something you work on for the rest of your career as a musician. What you need to do is get on your phone, get on your App Store, get on your Play Store, get on your whatever stores. This is so much better framing. You need to get on your whatever stores, and you need to download a metronome. Pick a metronome, read the reviews, do like you would do in any download. And then turn it on. It's going to click on probably at 120 beats per minute, usually is where it starts. Right around there. Start tapping with it. We're back. Only now my hair is shorter to show the time has passed. Anyway, turn that on to, it's going to start at 120. I would advise slowing it down to 100 beats per minute. And then learning to get, I'm going to warn you right now, you're going to hate this. Learning to play with a metronome. I'll say that playing with a metronome is never not a little stressful. Even still, like, you lose it in the mix sometimes. And it's, I look for the clack. But without it, we're just a bunch of spongy chimps. There's no order at all. Mayhem. That's what we are without a metronome. Anyway, after you have gotten a hang, just feeling the metronome around. I'm not saying wait till you're like dialed in, everyone. That's how. But when you feel comfortable dicking around with it, start working the rudiments that we talked about in the previous video. It's probably not far from this video, so I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to link that. That's part of your yearning for learning, though, is it not? Because I promise you, you're not willing to scan around for a video. You aren't going to make it through the 9-stroke roll. But don't worry. Those of you who want to learn, I shall teach. Save myself the trouble of clarifying in the comments. There are moments in music across the board and certain genres that really lend themselves to not being pinned to a metronome's rigidity. I say punk. Studio punk. This is one of the reasons that I don't think that punk is ever going to be full-on mainstream, and why pop punk surfaced and then alternative kind of bumped up. But like punk, really, like, you can't bottle that up. Some people have. There have been some good punk albums, but even then, I guarantee that like the fans and probably the musicians prefer their live sets to like listening to the sterile everybody, because the reason we play, we'll break it all the way down. The reason we play with a metronome is to keep ourselves at exactly the same time. Now, when you're working with other musicians, especially in studio, this is where it becomes utterly crucial. You can be an acoustic guitar player that's never turned one on in your life. But if you have aspirations to want to record, then you're going to need it. You're going to need it. The guy who taught me, a personal hero of mine, taught me how to use my first, recording setup rig. He said to me, always use the worst camera. So that lens isn't working. Anyway, I said to him, I didn't realize I was making excuses at the time even. But I said to him, nah, you know, man, like, I don't know, it's just not my style of music. You know, I blah, 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 blah. People have a ton of reasons. You may have a ton of reasons. Here to teach guitar lessons. These are drum lessons we're going through right now. I'll also teach you to whistle. So go ahead and, if it's been a while since this video came out, look through the channel. There will be other things that require a more delicate state of mind. But as a drummer, especially, for anybody, vocalists, for God's sakes, it's important across the board, but for drummers, that's our job. You have to just have it in your belt. You gotta be so confident with a metronome that you are like willing to make videos online, high-roading strangers for even hypothetically not being into the idea. Metronome's gonna be a drag. But when you nail it, when you have it down, you'd be like, old Jippo didn't steer me wrong on that one. And in the spirit of both not steering you wrong and also conclusion for this video, I'll reveal what my mentor told me. I said, oh, you know, man, it's not really my thing. I'm not like above it. I'm just like kind of beside it. He was a very, very chill man. He turned to me and he goes, it's a weakness.